The Niners beat the Bears, okay? And don't try to minimize the accomplishment just because the Bears have lost 7 games in a row. Like, that has nothing to do with anything. The Niners have a 1-game winning streak, and now they're 6-7. So let's sort of analyze where they stand in the playoff picture. Right now, they're the 11th seed. They have the same record as Atlanta and the Cardinals. The Rams are 7-6. So it seems to me, if the Niners were to win the rest of their games and finish 10-7, there's still no guarantee that they make the playoffs, because the Seahawks are 8-5 and the Commanders are 8-5. And I would have to think that those teams have tiebreakers over the 49ers, even if they both finish with 10-7 records.
Yeah, I don't think that's going to be. I don't think they're going to sneak into the playoffs through the wild card. They're going to have to win this division, to me, if they're going to have any shot at making the playoffs. And right now, according to a friend of the show, Josh Dubow, 49ers, Dubow, is it Dubow or Dubow? You know what? Like, a shout out to all the Grant Cohn viewers, because they always give me a hard time because I always pronounce last names incorrectly. I think Brindle. Is it Brindle or Brindle?
Not even. No, it's Brindle.
Brindle. Okay. You know, I'm probably still going to go with Brindle, just so you guys know. I'll probably still roll with that one. But anyways, according to Josh, we'll just go with Josh. According to Josh, 3% chance right now of making the playoffs, 59% if they win out, 1% or less with a loss to the Rams or the Cardinals. So the odds aren't good, but if they're gonna do it, if they're going to do it, they need to. I believe they need to win the division. I think that's their best chance.
Yeah, and it seems, I mean, they have to beat Arizona and Miami, and then they probably have to win this game against the Rams. I don't see how they can lose to the Rams and make the playoffs. I mean, it could technically happen, but it'd probably be as big of a long shot as possible.
Yeah, I mean, according to Greg Silver, the only way the 49ers can lose a game, and it would have to be against like Miami or Detroit, and still make the playoffs, is if they win both division games, and they need so that means the Rams have to lose Thursday, and they need to lose to either Arizona or Seattle, and Seattle's going to have to lose 2 of the next 3 games against Green Bay, Minnesota, Chicago, and lose to the Rams. That's the only way it happens. So chances are getting slim. Seattle basically holds the cards to their own playoff picture right now.
Let me ask you this. Based on the way the Niners played yesterday, did you look at that team and say, all right, that's a team that could beat any team in the NFC right now?
I mean, it was the Bears, right? And they didn't have a coach, and the Bears were ridiculous for coming out and trying to zone the 49ers.
That first half was some of the worst football I've ever seen from an NFL team. They just were awful. First half. Do you
not watch film? Do you not know statistics? Like Matt Eberflus, whatever, however, that's another name. I probably
Matt Eberflus.
Correct. There we go. He was probably at home laughing his ass off. And I know he's more of a defensive specialist. I don't think if he was the coach, he would have come out and zoned the 49ers.
Yeah, I think the Niners kind of benefited from him not being there.
Yeah, that was a horrible performance. But if they face a bunch of teams that come out in a soft zone, Brock Purdy and Kyle Shanahan thrive against that. And so the way they play, what was good about yesterday's win is, they won, but it's also the way they won. It was a complete game, all 3 phases, pretty much all 4 quarters. So it was a good win. It does give you more confidence, but the question is it too late?
I mean, the offense was definitely promising against a defense that was statistically supposed to be good. Like you said, they got rid of Eberflus. It's hard to know how good that defense really was yesterday, but Garendo played well. Kittle played well. Jennings played well. Jalen Moore played well. Spencer Burford played well. And Brock Purdy played really well. So that was all promising, and it made you feel like, okay, this is kind of what we thought, that if Kyle Shanahan would just sort of embrace the players who are at their peak now, as opposed to 2 years ago, this offense could really be something. It's the defense that's interesting. Like, they were just utterly dominant in the first half. But then in the second half, Bears get the ball, long touchdown drive. Niners go 4 and out. Bears get the ball and have a long touchdown. No, fumble out of the dude's hand. Bears get the ball back, touchdown drives. It seemed like even the Bears, who were truly dreadful, started moving the ball, and if the ball hadn't squirted out of his Caleb Williams' hands, maybe that becomes a game at some point, although probably not. But so I still have questions about this defense, despite the fact that they sacked Caleb Williams 47 times. I still have questions about this defense.
Yeah, I'm not sure what the numbers are for the first half versus the second half, but it felt like the Bears in general throughout the whole game had 14 carries for DeAndre Swift. I think that was a huge mistake by the Bears, not sticking with the run early in the first half. They should have tried to run the ball more on the 49ers because that's been a big weakness for the 49ers all year. So the Bears came out, they zoned on defense. They didn't run the ball enough on offense. They did not give themselves a great chance to win this game. And, so the Niners played good and did what they had to do, but also the Bears didn't. They did a horrible job game planning for this game.
Yeah. So just because they whooped on the Bears, it's hard to know what they're going to do this week against the Rams. I mean,
it's a different team.
Like the Niners just got blown out by the Bills, who just lost to the Rams. Now the Niners seem to have maybe found something now that McCaffrey's out. They've realized that they need to give the ball to Kittle and Jennings as much as possible. Bosa could be back this week. Greenlaw should be back this week. So it should be a stronger team.
Yeah.
But still,